Most people are taught that spreading risk is the highest form of financial intelligence. Diversification feels prudent, disciplined, and responsible. But diversification only manages exposure within a system you do not control. It does not change your position inside that system. This is why highly diversified people can still feel financially fragile. Their outcomes remain dependent on markets, policies, and timing. True financial autonomy begins where dependency ends. It is not about owning more assets, but about reducing the number of forces that can dictate your future. Effort alone never guaranteed wealth because effort operates inside constraints. Autonomy begins when you shape the constraints themselves. The first pillar is leverage, but not the kind most people think of. This is not about debt or financial engineering. Strategic leverage is the ability to produce outcomes disproportionate to your direct effort. It exists when systems work on your behalf without constant input. Ownership is one form of leverage, but control over distribution is another. Influence over decision pathways often matters more than capital itself. People confuse working hard with being effective. Leverage is what allows effectiveness to scale without exhaustion. The second pillar is optionality. Optionality is not variety, it is asymmetric opportunity. Having many choices is meaningless if all choices carry similar risk. True optionality allows upside without requiring commitment to downside. This is why liquidity alone is not freedom. Cash without access, insight, or timing remains passive. Optionality is created through positioning, not prediction. It allows you to wait while others are forced to act. The financially autonomous are not always early. They are simply not trapped. The third pillar is silent influence. This is the least visible and most powerful force in wealth creation. Markets respond to incentives, but people respond to trust and authority. Influence shapes which incentives even appear. Silent influence does not announce itself. It is embedded in reputation, credibility, and access. Those with influence are invited into rooms before value is created. Others arrive after value has already been priced in. This is why intelligence alone does not compound. Without influence, insight remains isolated. Diversification treats risk as something to spread. Autonomy treats risk as something to redesign. Most financial advice assumes you will always be a participant. Autonomy begins when you stop accepting that role by default. This does not require secrecy or manipulation. It requires understanding how systems allocate power. Income feels stable until the structure supporting it changes. Assets feel secure until the rules governing them shift. Autonomy is not immunity from volatility. It is resilience to rule changes. When you rely on markets alone, you inherit their cycles. When you rely on position, you shape your exposure. The unshakable are not fearless. They are insulated. They do not diversify to feel safe. They build leverage to reduce dependence. They do not chase opportunity. They design environments where opportunity flows toward them. This is why financial autonomy feels invisible from the outside. There is no dramatic moment, only quiet alignment. The goal is not wealth as a number. It is wealth as freedom of movement. Diversification is a tool, not a foundation. Without pillars, tools cannot support weight. If effort was enough, most people would already be free. The missing piece was never work, but structure. Understanding these pillars changes how you see money forever. It shifts focus from accumulation to positioning. Once you see this, traditional advice feels incomplete. Not wrong, but insufficient. Financial autonomy is not built by reacting better. It is built by being less reactive altogether. Want to see the hidden rules shaping money, power, and human behavior? Subscribe to Unseen Forces.